And if you are playing with a bit of a flourish, your timing needs to be spot on.
Confirmation of the results in the two ladies' quarterfinals today. Davenport over Huber, 6-love, 6-1, and grass beaten Darte, 7-6, 6-3. Well, Stefan needing how many bites at the cherry there? About 4 or 5, but still winning the point.
Yes, I think that's the point. He really doesn't have to be too powerful on the smash, because chances are boetsch is going to come up with the error.
Well, he was saying that he was going to throw in the towel. I think boetsch would like to smother himself with the towel.
The leading nations. The best riders on the best horses. The big events of the Volvo World Cup. Dressage and show jumping. It's every Wednesday on Eurosport. This programme is brought to you on Eurosport by Volvo.
Equestrian Magazine, Wednesday 4 p.m. on Eurosport.
Well, I know boetsch up way before the call of time, saying to his fans at the back of the court that he doesn't understand what's going on. Edberg taking his time, as he's entitled to. It's love 1, and boetsch has lost the last 5 games.
To make matters worse, the ball kids can't make up their mind who's going to pick the ball up. Delaying his serve. And then one on the line.
There'll be one man around who'll be very glad when Stefan Edberg retires, and that'll be Arno boetsch. Because at least I won't have to get beaten by this guy again. Mind you, we shouldn't write him off yet. There's a long, long way to go.
Possibly. Yes, he's a bit like Van Gogh without his ear at this stage. A little deranged, and I can't really blame him. He hasn't worked out after 11 matches, 10.5 matches against Edberg, that Edberg often volleys back whence the ball has come.
No, it's boetsch who's lost the first serve.
Just superb pressure. As you say, wearing the W out again.
Yes, this is like Edberg of old, wasn't it? When he got you, he just tightened the grip constantly. Dear me. All right. 8 points played in the second set. You won't need me to tell you who's won them. All of them.
Yes, he's really on a bit of a roll here. 4 successive points, 6 successive games. And boetsch really running out of patience. I imagine when Birch looked at the draw and saw that he had to play Washington, against whom he has a bad record, and then possibly Edberg, he thought, oh my goodness. Probably checked all the flight timetables. Air France were, I'm sure, at the end of the phone.
Oh, relief at last. Just trying to see when he last won a point. He won the first point of the last game of the last set. Since then, he'd lost 4, 8, 12, 13 successive points. Yes, he was 4-0 against Washington, wasn't he? Or 0-4, I should say. He won that. Ah, well, suddenly, inspiration.
Yes, as I said earlier, if he goes cross-court with his backhand, he's a lot happier. He seems to be able to raise it and dip it, but seldom when he goes down the line. Just the 2 doubles in the first set from Edberg.
Well, if Birch is going to get back into this match, you feel this is a crucial point for him here. 30 all. Not the luck of the net cord.
Yes, there's a super return there.
So for the first time, Birch has a break point.
Well, what a terrific point. And Edberg came up the goods, but then so did Birch. He was really on the stretch here. He could really do very little else but play the short drop volley. And you can see how much that meant to him.
Foot fault called, the first one of the day. I'm sure that was because he threw the ball too far forward anyway and had to go chasing after it. Ooh. Third double. All of them off horrendous mishits on the second serve, and a second break point. Word. Not too happy. 2-1, second set. That's a lovely day for a sail. Of course, Key Biscayne just off the mainland coast of Florida, the east coast, the Atlantic coast. Well, Stefan Edberg really threw Birch a lifeline there with those horrendous double faults.
Yes, the boat on the water looks so Pacific. But that's, I'm sure, the last thing that these two players are feeling. Edberg was determined to keep on top of Birch. That's why that breakthrough there was so important. Birch was just sighing and sitting in his chair, closing his eyes, trying to forget the nightmare.
But at the moment, he doesn't show signs of taking inspiration from the lifeline he's been thrown. It's as if to say, oh, don't worry, I want to drown anyway. Edberg's throwing him another life belt.
Well, he's certainly shown a lot more ability on the forehand today to pass than he has on the backhand side. Considering his state of mind, it really looks comparatively untroubled on that wing.
That time, Stefan decided much too late to move forward. Caught in no man's land. If he'd actually stayed back, he'd have had a pretty easy winner.
Well, of course, those two double faults mean not only an erosion of confidence as far as Edberg's concerned, but possibly just a little build-up of confidence as far as Boetsch is concerned. And perhaps that's the difference between the 10 victories in the past that Edberg's had and this match now. He just doesn't quite have the hammer and the nail, or a sharp enough nail left anymore.
It's very important, one feels now, for the Swede to steady the ship right here, if we can continuing the comparison to sailing.
Oh, it's quite charming to listen to him, and for all the Floridians here, I suppose they just imagine that this is a typically French sort of characteristic. There are no half measures from Boetsch. It's all or nothing on his backhand return.
Really got down to that one, didn't he? The old knees are still working pretty well.
What I liked particularly was the second serve, because remembering those double faults and how badly mishit they were,